This is a video on finding the range and the peak. So we'll start with the peak. Peak is like, think the peak of the mountain. What's the peak of a mountain? We have a mountain, and it's snowy up at the top. You know, and then there's like a cave down here somewhere where the abominable snowman lives. Anyways, the peak is the top. It's the highest number. It's the greatest number in your data set. So the peak of this, peak is the easiest thing to find in statistics. When you just have a simple data set like this, you just look for the highest number, and in these numbers it is 9. So the peak is 9. Now the range is the difference between the lowest number and the highest number. So you might think, well, since the peak is 9, the range is 9, 0 to 9. But that's not true, because we don't actually have anything that starts at 0 here. So it's the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. If you think of a mountain, you know, it could be elevation. What's the difference between the elevation of the bottom of the mountain and the elevation at the top of the mountain? You know, your mountain might not start at sea level. It might start a couple thousand feet in the sky. This is why, you know, like Mount Shasta is 14,000. It sounds like a really tall mountain, but it's really only like 6,000 feet because you start climbing it way above sea level. So the range is the difference between the highest number, which we know is 9, and the lowest number. If I'm looking across here, it is 2. So the difference, subtraction. So the range is 9 minus 2. It would be 7. And what the range is telling us is that there are 7 numbers, there's 7 values between the lowest number and the highest number. One more example quick. So in this example, the peak would be 9,000, because out of all these numbers, 9,000 is the greatest number. So the peak is 9,000. And if I want to find the range would be the difference between the highest number, which is 9,000, and the lowest number, which is 12. So that would be 9,000 minus 12 is going to be 8,988. There you go, because there's 8,988 values between 12 and 9,000.